Hello, this is the continuation of the tangent ratio lesson. If you remember, our last paper was this one, the beginning of the tangent ratio. So, to recap, we're just going to write down a couple of things so that we can remember. Remember, we're working with the tangent ratio, and we abbreviate tangent with just the TAN, tangent. So tangent of any angle, when we put the letter, it means we're talking about an angle, okay? So think of the symbol for the angle right there. But generally, we don't write it, as you can see right here, okay? So the tangent of an angle is always the ratio between the opposite side over the adjacent side, okay? And we talked a little bit about that. So since this is still the guided lesson, the guided practice, we're going to keep on talking about how to identify the opposite and the adjacent. Sorry. Okay, so on this other exercise, they're asking us to find the tangent of angle B. So please write it down. This is how we read it. Tangent of angle B, and right here the tangent of angle C, right? So I'm going to use the highlighters. Let's begin by writing the tangent of angle A. So you see this triangle ABC, and where you see the letters, it's representing the angles, okay? So this is angle A, but we know it's a 90-degree angle. So we don't do, they're not asking us to do anything with angle A, only angle B and angle C. So I'm going to use green for angle B. This right here is your angle B. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Okay. So this is angle B, and they're asking us to find the tangent of angle B. Remember, it's going to be the opposite over the adjacent. Now remember, I need to see your notes complete as if we were in the classroom, okay? So everything that I write, you write. If you're standing right here on angle B, remember, think of you standing right here on angle B. This is your hair, these are your eyes, okay? And you're looking across from you. Which side is the opposite from you? And remember, we don't count, for this tangent ratio, we don't take into consideration the hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse because this is the one across from the 90-degree. Across from you, which side is across the opposite of angle B? Which side do you see across from you? You see this one right here. For angle B, this right here is the opposite. That will be side AC. And the adjacent, right next to you, which side do you find? This one right here, which is side AB. And let's just substitute the numbers. Side AC measures 48, and side AB measures 14. Okay, so if we use the calculator from our cell phones, let's see if we can just go straight to the decimal. All right, first we're going to do the decimal, and then how can we simplify this fraction? I think dividing by 2. If we divide 48 by 2 and 14 by 2, what do we get? 48 divided by 2 is 24, And 14 divided by 2 is 7. This is the simplified fraction. So now let's get that fraction in our cell phone. 24 over 7. It gives us 3.4285. But you will get the same decimal if you divide 48 over 14. You see, 3.4285. And remember, we use 4 places for decimals. So the tangent of angle B is this one right here. Okay, now let's go for the tangent of angle C. Tangent of angle C. Again, the tangent ratio of angle C is its opposite over its adjacent. And now if we place ourselves where the angle C is, this is what we have. So what is the opposite side for angle C? What is the opposite? If you see a cross from here, which side is it? AB. And adjacent, not including the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse we don't use it here. So I'm gonna hide the hypotenuse. So which is the side that is adjacent to you? Right here next to you is this one right here, AC. Some of you will see a pattern. You can say, okay, the tangent of B in this case was AC over AB. So now if I move to angle C, it's going to be just the vice versa, right? So AB measures 14 and AC measures 48. We already reduced the fraction. We know it's 7 over 24. And let's just do the operation here in the calculator. And it's 7 over 24.2916. 0.2916. This is a tangent of angle C, a ratio, the result of a fraction, of expressing the fraction as a decimal. Okay, that's it. Those are the tangents for that triangle. Now, if you already copied this exercise, remember you just need to copy the triangle and the instruction. Here they're asking us to find the value of x. Use the tangent of an acute angle to find a length. So this is how we're going to be using the tangent, okay? Look at this triangle. They're giving us this angle right here. Let me highlight in yellow. They're giving us this angle right here. And they're giving us this side right here, 17. And they're asking us to find x. Now, we know this is a right triangle. We see the little symbol right here. There's no letters here. Do you see that? We don't have letters A, B, C. We don't. But they're telling us that we're going to use the tangent ratio. So what do we know about a tangent ratio? Now, instead of a letter, what do we have? We have the measure of an angle. Okay? So we need to look for x. If we're using this angle, and if we're standing right here, again, what are we looking at? I see that this angle is going to have an opposite side, which is this one, so I'm going to label it. This side is the opposite, and standing right next to you is the x, so I'm going to label it as adjacent. All right, so this is how you identify the sides based on the angle. This right here is the opposite, and this right here is the adjacent. So it means that you can use the tangent right here of the angle of 31 degrees, because we don't have a letter, and you can identify the opposite and the adjacent. Okay, now for this operation, we're going to need a scientific calculator. So I suggest that you go to the to the calculator in your Chromebook or the one that I send you on the link. I'm going to attach the link again. Let me get this one done. This is the opposite is 17 over, because this is the opposite, and the adjacent is x. Okay, so tangent of 31 degrees is 17 over x. We need to solve for x. Okay, we need to solve for x. I'm gonna stop this video right here. Let me go and get a calculator so you can see how you find the tangent of a degree once they give you degrees. Okay, so I will continue this video on part 4.